Chosen one. This is not a normal Sunday. Heaven is preparing to interrupt the earth. Listen to me carefully. When heaven moves, the earth must respond. This isn't just another Sunday. It's a divine collision. Right now, the spirit realm is active. Heaven is not silent. Angels are not still. God is not watching, He is stepping in. This Sunday is marked. It's not your day, it's His. And when heaven interrupts earth, nothing can remain the same. That's why you've been feeling the shift. You've been sensing something. A pressure in your spirit. A shaking in the unseen. This isn't chaos. It's divine order crashing through the noise. God is about to interrupt your routine, to realign you with your purpose. You were not chosen to live a normal life. You were chosen to witness heaven's collision. So, chosen one, don't miss it. Don't ignore the signs. This Sunday, heaven will break through everything man tried to build without God. Be ready for sudden clarity. Be ready for exposed truth. Be ready for divine visitation. Because when heaven interrupts, destinies awaken. Battles end. God shows up. Subscribe to Chosen Core. And stay prepared for every divine warning sent from above. This is why the enemy is nervous. This is why attacks increase this week. Because he knows what's coming. Heaven's movement is not silent, it's disruptive. When heaven interrupts, schedules are thrown off. Darkness is pushed back. Hidden traps are exposed. You're not just sensing a shift. You're standing in the middle of prophetic fulfillment. God is positioning His chosen ones. He's drawing lines between the fake and the faithful, between the spectators and the activated warriors. Don't expect comfort this Sunday. Expect confrontation, the kind that breaks pride, that silences lies, that brings holy clarity. Heaven doesn't ask for permission. When it's time, it descends like a roaring wind. And when it does, everything bows. People will look confused. They'll say, "What's happening?" But you'll know. You were warned. You were marked. You were chosen for this interruption. This isn't destruction. It's divine correction. The earth has been off course. But this Sunday, heaven steps in to realign. You'll notice it in the atmosphere. Not just in churches, but in homes, streets, even places of darkness. Because when heaven touches earth, no place is too hidden. No heart is too hard. Some will cry. Some will run. Some will finally wake up. The presence of God will come like a flood. And floods don't negotiate. They break, they wash, they shift everything in their path. This is not the time to be lukewarm. This is not the time to blend in. If you're truly chosen, you'll feel the fire getting closer. This Sunday, God is not coming to whisper. He's coming to shake. And every fake foundation will crack. Every mask will fall. Every lie will burn. Because the truth can no longer be delayed. You weren't called to be comfortable. You were called to be ready. And now the countdown is almost over. Prophetic voices are being stirred. Hidden warriors are being summoned. The enemy is panicking. Because the chosen core is waking up together. Heaven is about to interrupt the ordinary. And what comes next will mark you forever. You'll feel it before you see it. In your chest. In your thoughts. In the quiet moments where God begins to speak louder than ever. He's not waiting for your perfect prayer. He's not waiting for a crowd. He's coming for the ones who were watching in silence, waiting in surrender. This Sunday, He's flipping tables in the Spirit. He's tearing down what religion built. He's raising up what obedience preserved. The ones who were ignored, the ones who stayed hidden, are about to be revealed as heaven's frontline force. Chosen one. This interruption is personal. It's not just about the world. It's about you. God is crashing into your timeline, breaking the delay, accelerating the promise. He's shifting your name into rooms it's never been in. He's lighting fires in places you thought were dead. He's unlocking doors sealed by fear and failure. The divine interruption will feel uncomfortable, but it will bring you into your real assignment. This is the moment when your spirit outruns your past, where every lie spoken over your life loses its grip, where the heavens declare, "This one is mine," not because you were perfect, but because you were positioned. You didn't quit. You stayed faithful. And now, heaven responds. You may not even feel ready. You may still see flaws, weaknesses, and unanswered prayers. But heaven isn't waiting for your perfection. It's responding to your surrender. You were never meant to blend in. That's why life hit you differently. That's why your storms came harder. Because your calling is heavier. And now, your season is shifting suddenly. Don't be surprised when people start walking away. When certain doors close. When things feel uncomfortable. That's the sign that heaven is rearranging the battlefield. This Sunday will come with silence for some, and with fire for others. God speaks both ways. But if your spirit is awake, you'll catch what others miss. There are interruptions that feel like endings, but they're actually the beginning of your assignment. Chosen one. You've been hidden for a reason, but now the covering is being lifted. Heaven is placing you where your voice breaks chains, where your presence shifts rooms, not because of who you are, but because of who sent you. This isn't just a Sunday. It's a prophetic alarm. Wake up, warrior. Get dressed in truth. Sharpen your discernment. Clean your altar. Because when the heavens open, only the prepared will receive the download. Only the surrendered will walk in the new instructions. God isn't just visiting. He's taking over. This interruption will separate the called from the chosen. Many will feel the presence, but few will carry the assignment. Because not everyone is ready to be disrupted by glory. Not everyone wants their comfort shaken. But you, chosen one. You didn't come this far to stay silent when heaven speaks. God is looking for those who won't flinch under fire. Those who still worship when the room is empty. Those who don't need a stage, just a word from the throne. And that's why the enemy been fighting you so hard. He saw what was written over your life before you even understood it. You've been targeted because you carry something that's not common. Your prayers shifted bloodlines. Your obedience broke patterns. Your pain birthed purpose. This Sunday is not a reset. It's a reveal. Heaven is not just visiting, it's about to collide with your calling. There will be signs, sudden confirmations, unexpected encounters, unexplainable peace in the middle of chaos. You'll know it's not normal, because He's near. And when God is near, chains rattle, darkness trembles, and your spirit begins to remember who you are. This is the moment your spirit was built for. Not the applause, not the comfort, but the collision, where heaven touches earth and everything changes. Don't miss what's being released just because it doesn't look familiar. This move won't come through tradition. It won't fit man's timeline. It won't sound like religion. It will be raw. It will be real. And it will be undeniable. Heaven doesn't need permission, just your attention. Some of you will weep without knowing why. That's heaven pressing into old wounds to heal them. Some of you will feel a deep shaking inside. That's your spirit breaking out of the limitations placed on you. Don't resist it. Don't run from it. Let the fire consume what must die. Let the light expose what must leave. Because God is not coming to bless what's fake. He's coming to awaken what's true. This is why you've been isolated. Why relationships broke suddenly. Why doors closed that didn't make sense. Heaven was clearing your path. So when this moment came, nothing would distract you. Nothing would dilute the word. This Sunday, you don't need a platform, just posture. Heaven looks for the bold, not the loud. And if your heart is open, He will speak. He will move. And He will release what was held back for this exact moment. Don't underestimate this interruption. It may come through a moment you weren't expecting. A silence that suddenly feels holy. A voice in your spirit that doesn't sound like your own. A weight in the room that you can't explain. That's not emotion. That's not pressure. That's glory. And when glory shows up, you don't perform. You posture. You bow. You listen. Because heaven doesn't interrupt to entertain. It interrupts to align. You may lose people after this moment. Not everyone can follow where you're going. Some saw the old you. But this divine collision is about to reveal the called you. The oil that's been forming in private. The strength forged through silent battles. The wisdom earned through quiet obedience. All of it is about to be activated. Not later, not next year, this Sunday. Don't think it's small just because no one else sees it. The spirit realm is louder than your room. Angels don't need an audience to move. God doesn't need a pulpit to speak. He's been watching how you handled the delay. How you held the line when nobody was clapping. And now, heaven is responding. This Sunday is not just a breakthrough. It's a marking. You're about to be marked in the spirit realm. Not with titles, not with fame, but with authority. The kind hell recognizes. The kind that causes demons to tremble when you pray. The kind that opens doors no man can shut. This isn't hype. This is heaven's response to hidden obedience. God is not coming to impress you. He's coming to empower you. There's a weight coming with this interruption. It won't feel like a blessing at first. It'll feel like a burden. A divine urgency. A holy pressure that won't let you stay silent anymore. It will push you into your real assignment. The one you've been feeling but couldn't explain. The one that doesn't fit your resume but burns in your bones. Heaven doesn't wait for your comfort zone. It invades when the time is right. And the time is now. Everything you went through was preparation. The betrayal. The delay. The silence. It wasn't punishment. It was positioning. You had to be emptied before He could fill you. You had to be broken before He could rebuild you. You had to lose the fake version of yourself. To step into the one He authored. This is what the interruption is for. To wake you up. To shake you loose. To launch you forward. This interruption isn't random. It's retribution. For every tear you cried in silence. For every door slammed in your face. For every time they called you crazy, too intense, too deep. Heaven saw it. Heaven recorded it. And now, heaven is responding with divine reversal. You're not being punished. You're being revealed. And when God reveals a chosen one, the atmosphere shifts. That's why the warfare increased lately. Not because you were weak, but because you're too close to the shift to go unnoticed. Hell throws its last punch, right before God throws his glory. This Sunday isn't just a date. It's a heavenly marker, a stamp in the timeline of your life that says, everything changes now. Not next week. Not after a sign. Now. So don't be distracted by noise. Don't get pulled into fear, drama, or fake alliances. Because where you're going, clarity is non-negotiable. God is sending divine instructions, but only the consecrated will catch them. Only the disciplined will understand them. Only the pure in heart will walk them out. This is the rise of the real ones, the remnant, the fire-tested, the set apart, the chosen core. You won't need to announce it. When this shift hits, your presence will carry evidence. People will sense something has changed. They'll look at you and feel the weight of where you've been, even if they don't have the words for it. Because when heaven marks someone, the earth must respond. Doors open without knocking. Battles end without fighting. Resources come without chasing. That's the kind of grace God is releasing. To the ones who stayed when it was hard, who worshipped when it was dry, who believed when nothing made sense. This Sunday will separate those who want to move from those who are the move. You weren't called to observe revival. You were created to carry it. You don't need a crowd. You don't need a stage. All you need is alignment with heaven. And in this divine interruption, God is making sure the aligned ones rise. You'll feel heaven interrupt conversations, interrupt patterns, interrupt old habits. What used to comfort you will now convict you. What used to be tolerated will now feel toxic. Because you're stepping into heaven's frequency. And once you've heard that sound, you can never go back to normal. You're not called to blend in. You're called to pierce darkness, to carry the sound of awakening. This isn't just a spiritual moment. It's a divine activation. Heaven doesn't just want your attention. It wants your yes. Not the comfortable yes. Not the half-hearted yes. But the kind of yes that costs you everything familiar, in exchange for everything eternal. This is the season where God is rewriting timelines, where He's flipping the script in favor of the faithful. Not the loud, not the popular, but the obedient. Some of you are about to see sudden reversals. Health turning, finances shifting, family members waking up spiritually. Why? Because when heaven collides with earth, legacy is unlocked. You weren't just chosen for you. You were chosen to break curses, establish altars, and build futures for the generations coming behind you. This isn't hype. This is holy history being written. And you're a part of it. This Sunday will unlock visions. Some will dream. Some will hear. Some will feel the weight of unspoken instructions from heaven. You don't need to chase answers. You just need to stay available. Because God isn't releasing information. He's releasing assignments. And when you accept it, you'll start walking in power you didn't even pray for. Because alignment brings access. And access unlocks everything hell tried to delay. Get ready for strange favor. Not the kind you worked for. The kind that finds you. The kind that opens doors in places where your name was never even mentioned. Until heaven whispered it. This is the reward of obedience. The return for every quiet yes that cost you something. The harvest from every seed you planted when no one clapped. But God watched. And now He's moving. Not with warning. Not with delay. But with divine precision. He's pulling His chosen ones out of hidden places. Out of dry places. Out of dark rooms and into strategic visibility. No more shrinking. No more second-guessing. No more apologizing for the fire inside of you. Because what's coming next requires bold voices and unshakable spirits. You'll notice the shift in your appetite. You won't crave what used to feed you, because heaven is rewiring your hunger. You'll start longing for quiet, for truth, for pure worship, for moments that carry weight, not noise. That's not you changing randomly. That's your spirit preparing for the next level of responsibility. God is calling you higher, because you've been trusted in the shadows. And when you're trusted in the shadows, heaven gives you keys in the light. The kind of keys that unlock atmospheres, that set people free just by standing next to them, that silence every voice that tried to define you by your past. Because when God says rise, no one can hold you down. This Sunday is not a moment. It's a launch. You've been in the wilderness long enough. And while others thought you were stuck, God was training you in silence, training your ears to hear beyond noise, training your spirit to stand without applause, training your heart to trust without explanation. Because what's coming can't be carried by the easily distracted. It requires discernment sharper than pain, and faith heavier than fear. So when this divine interruption comes, don't expect it to feel normal. It's going to shake loose everything that no longer fits you. You're not who you used to be. You've outgrown the labels. You've outlasted the warfare. And now, heaven is releasing your real name in the Spirit. The name attached to your assignment. The name tied to your territory. The name that breaks generational silence and steps into prophetic authority. This is why the enemy's tactics suddenly intensified. Because he knew, before you even did, that this Sunday would change everything. But what he meant for breakdown, God is flipping into breakthrough. What felt like the end was really the birthing place of destiny. You don't need approval. You don't need to explain yourself. You only need to recognize this moment and respond with obedience. This is it, chosen one. The moment heaven interrupts the cycle. The shift you've been praying for. The release your spirit has been sensing. It's not coming, it's here. And when it hits, you won't move like you used to. You won't settle like you used to. Because you'll know. Heaven just touched your life, and nothing will ever be the same. This Sunday will not be remembered for comfort. It'll be remembered for consecration, for setting a fire in you that cannot be put out. So stand ready. Stay in posture. Pray like it's your last breath. Worship like the chains are already broken. Because this interruption is your activation. You're not just being touched. You're being commissioned. Heaven has seen you. And now it's sending you. Fire collision. If this word stirred something deep in your spirit, don't stay silent. Subscribe to Chosen Core right now. This is not just content, this is your confirmation. Every upload is a divine alert to keep you aligned, armed, and awakened. Chosen Core is your spiritual headquarters. Join the remnant. Stay ready for the next move of God.